Hi everybody, and thanks for joining me today, and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. Now, the cards that have popped out or have been drawn to are for the reading of Virgo for the 4th of February 2019. Now, this is my interpretation of these cards, and it may not suit every single person's personal situation. But if you have something similar going on in your life, then there could be a message in here for you. So enjoy. Okay, let's have a look at these top three cards. Now we have the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now, have you maybe pulled away from people and possibly isolated yourself and, started looking at every single thing that you've done, said, and going over everything like this, you're hoping that you're able to get some clarity, some wisdom about possibly what has went wrong or what it is that you want to do or need to do. Because are you maybe finding yourself that you've hit a low point? That you're not really taking care of yourself because your mind is on other things? So whatever this is having a serious impact on you. To the point that in looking at the Page of Pentacles, have you forgotten about everything else that's going on in your life? That you're just so focused on yourself and what's happened, and you've pulled away from everything and everyone, and you're not taking care of yourself. You're not dealing with the daily, needs that you have or other people have round about you. And whatever it is that you're thinking about, because your focus is all over the place, that you might actually, have difficulty grasping the solution that you need or want. Let's move these cards over to the side. And we have the Page of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Now, are you going through an extremely difficult time right now? And you just can't be bothered with life in general. You just don't want to do anything. You don't want to see anyone. You don't want to try anything new. And if people push you, you can become a little bit angry towards them because you don't really see the point in doing anything. And you don't see that there's any hope that things are going to change. And if people tell you otherwise, apart from being angry about it, you dig your feet in a little bit and you just, no, I'm not moving. I'm not doing it. Leave me alone. And this gives you the time to delve into everything that's happened and, to look at all of the dreams that you'd had and go over and over them, and to deny exactly what's going on, because even though, you don't want to try new things, and you're digging your heels in and you do feel that this is a hopeless cause, there's always a little bit of hope that you're hiding from other people. Now, let's move on to the next set of cards, and we have the Nine of Swords, the Four of Wands in reverse, and the Eight of Cups. Now, apart from going over all of the dreams that you may have had with a loved one, with someone that you had plans with, are you also maybe obsessing about it? You're going over and over everything, and wondering why all of the dreams that you had just didn't come true. You're trying to figure it out so hard that, you're not sleeping. And if you're not sleeping, you're not thinking clearly. So that's a negative circle that isn't going to lead anywhere good. And all you can focus on is how things maybe didn't work out. That possibly, did you try to push things too quickly? And because you wanted to have such a good relationship with this person, that you could see the future, you could have the dream about how fantastic things were going to be. But because you tried to push it a little bit too quickly, did that maybe cause arguments? Did that cause things to go a little bit south, a little bit wrong? And, you had it so nearly perfect. This was very close to perfection. And, and going over and over and over it, it was so close to being everything that you wanted. But you just didn't quite get there. And you're not happy, you're not, you're at a loss as to why this happened. And you feel that if you could just find that missing piece, then everything would be fine. And even though things are in, dire straits, and, it's something that you just can't get out of your mind, are you maybe searching now for that one thing that would make everything right? Because, it was so perfect, but there was just that one thing that didn't take you to celebrating a life together. So let's move down, and we have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Now, are you so enthusiastic, so passionate about finding this missing thing, this missing piece of the puzzle, that, you're up and you're off? And the temper tantrums may still be there, but now you're fired with an enthusiasm to find this missing piece. And if people get in your way, hell mend them, because, you have a mission to accomplish. And you've done all your thinking, you've done all of your, your obsessing and trying to figure out what went wrong. and you feel that you've come to some solutions, and figured out all of the different bits that led to things going wrong. Now, it could be though that you may be, putting blankets over, what is right and what is wrong. And you're not really seeing all the intricacies of, reasons behind why things were good or bad. So yes, the person may have felt that you've moved too fast, and that could be a blanket term. I'm not ready, it's too fast. But you're not really seeing the reasons behind that. It's too fast because possibly something in that other person's past has provoked that reaction. And it's not really to do with what's missing in your relationship, but it's more to do with, an experience that's possibly in the past. And possibly they have some defence system which has been activated by, this urgency that you have felt. But you're all consumed by, saving and protecting this relationship. And your passion and your determination and, your intelligence are telling you that it is something that can be saved. Now, and moving on to the next set of cards, we have the Strength card, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, are you maybe feeling that if you manage to control all of the feelings and obsession about moving towards this celebration, which is about you two, making a commitment towards each other, then if you could harness all of those feelings and thoughts and actions, and not lock them away, because if you lock them away, they will burst out, and then you're back down to this moving too fast, and it's that's a situation you've already been down. So, but if you can, just accept that that's part of you, and explain the reasons why things have happened that way, instead of just saying, well, this is what I want, explain, the behaviour behind it. And once you acknowledge all of those feelings, and ideas and actions that have been going on, that you've been obsessing over, then, if there is a moment where things do go a little awry and you do get a little obsessed about a particular thing, then, you can realise that it's something that you just pull back into, a balanced state. And it may take a moment or two, but, if you've shared what's going on, if you've gave the information to the person that you love, then, they can take that, in their stride. Now, has the solution that you have come to about saving this relationship? Are you planning to maybe look at those needs and wants and thoughts and feelings and expressions and actions that are all going on through you, and going to this person that you have these feelings for and explaining what's going on, and that the difficulties of not being in this place where a commitment is able to take place, that how it's affecting you. That you miss them so much that you're not able to sleep, that you can't eat, that everything's gone to hell. But the thing is that if you go down that road with the King of Pentacles here, there is a possibility that the person that you like may see that as you exploiting the situation. That you are trying to manipulate their feelings, and using that connection between them to to get them to do something that they really are not ready to do. And that could be seen as being overly possessive, because you're not willing to allow this person the opportunity to think things through from themselves, and figure out what went wrong and what needs to be fixed to make this something to to achieve, to accomplish. But if you begin to go down the road that you're using your vulnerability to try to manipulate finding out what needs to be done to save this relationship, then that is going to be a very negative outcome, because no one likes to be manipulated. Let's bring these other cards back, and we have the Hermit, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now, have you pulled back? Have you withdrawn from your friends, taken time off of work, moved back from your family, and just been so intent in looking at everything that you've done, everything you've said, and going over it and over it, to the point that you don't take care of yourself, that you don't eat, that you don't do everything that is needed for you to get through the day. Because you just can't get your head round everything that has went on. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope that this has been helpful. If this is your situation or a similar situation, and please take a look at if there is any other options or any other ways of looking at things that can maybe broaden how you move forward. Because, if you're looking for something that's missing, you don't know what that is. It could be just around the corner, it could be something that is already within your grasp, but you've just not realised it. All right. Bye, Virgo, and please take care with whatever it is that you're doing. I'll see you next week. Bye.